For 400 years, the Israelites lived in Egypt. At first, they were welcomed. But over generations, things changed. A new Pharaoh came to power, one who didn't know their history, didn't care about Joseph, didn't value their contribution. So he turned them into slaves. Day after day, they carried bricks. Night after night, they cried out. But their voices weren't lost in the noise of the world. God heard every single one, and while they were crying, something was happening far away. A man named Moses, once a prince of Egypt, then a fugitive, was living quietly in the desert. He had no idea that God was about to rewrite his entire life. One ordinary day, Moses saw something extraordinary. A bush on fire, burning but not burning up. He walked closer, curious, and then a voice spoke his name, Moses. Imagine hearing your name spoken by the one who created the stars. God told Moses, "I've heard the cries of my people. I'm sending you to deliver them." And Moses, like many of us, immediately doubted, "Who am I to do that? I'm not good with words. They won't believe me." But God simply said, "I will be with you." God wasn't asking Moses to be perfect, just willing. And with that promise, Moses returned to Egypt. Moses stood before Pharaoh, the most powerful man in the world, and delivered God's message, "Let my people go." Pharaoh laughed, refused, tightened his grip. Then came a series of plagues, each one striking at the pride and power of Egypt. The Nile turning to blood, swarms of locusts, darkness covering the land. Each time Moses returned, "Let my people go." And each time Pharaoh hardened his heart, until the final night and when Egypt broke under the weight of its own stubbornness. Israel was finally set free. Imagine it, an entire nation walking out of slavery. Children holding their parents' hands. Elderly people leaning on staffs. Families carrying everything they owned. The sound of hope in every step. They weren't soldiers or warriors. They were ordinary people stepping into an extraordinary moment. But freedom isn't always easy. Sometimes the path to it goes straight through a desert, and soon Pharaoh changed his mind. He sent chariots fast, trained, powerful after people who had never even held a weapon. The Israelites reached the edge of the Red Sea. Behind them, an army. Before them, an ocean. And fear set in. Standing on that shoreline, many of them panicked. "Moses, why did you bring us here? We're going to die out here." Have you ever been in that place, where every option looks bad, where you feel cornered? Moses didn't have all the answers. He didn't have a strategy, but he had a word from God. He turned to the people and said, "Don't be afraid. Stand still. The Lord will fight for you." Then God told Moses, "Raise your staff, stretch your hand over the sea." And Moses did. At first, nothing. Then a wind began to blow. A wind so strong, so deliberate that the waters began to separate. Walls of water rose on the left and the right. And a dry path appeared straight through the middle. An impossible road, made by an unstoppable God. The Israelites walked through, children staring up at towers of water, parents holding their breath, elders steadying their steps. They didn't walk quickly. They walked faithfully. Behind them, the Egyptian army rushed in. And in a moment, only God could orchestrate, the waters crashed down. Not in chaos, but in protection. The Israelites stood on the far shore, free, truly finally free. They looked back at the water that had nearly swallowed them and realized something. The sea wasn't just an obstacle. It was part of the journey, part of the miracle. They didn't just escape Egypt. They escaped who they used to be. And the God who parted the sea, he walked with them from that day forward. But their journey was far from over. Ahead of them lay a vast, unforgiving desert. For 40 years they wandered. There were days of hunger and God sent bread from heaven. There were days of thirst and God brought water from a rock. The desert became their school, teaching them to depend not on their own strength but on his daily provision. The Exodus isn't just ancient history, it's a reminder. God hears, God leads, God rescues. God makes a way where there isn't one. Maybe you're standing in front of your own Red Sea, a situation that feels impossible, a future that feels closed off, a fear that feels too loud. But the same God who parted the waters still moves today. And sometimes, all he asks is the same thing he asked Moses. Take the step. Trust me, I will be with you. Thank you so much for watching. If it blessed you, inspired you, or gave you something to think about, I'd love for you to stick around. Please take a moment to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and click the bell so you never miss a new story. Your support helps these messages reach more people who need them. Thank you for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.